Well, good morning. I've been up for like 3 hours, so I'm full of life. My thrive kicked in. I'm ready to go. It's Friday. I'm so excited. I have some pretty good things to go over with you guys today, but I'm going to try not to completely like steal the spotlight because we all know Starr, and that's something I do, and I'm so sorry. So I want to hop into Flex Friday real quick. Chas made a good point. She said this is something that's been going on for 7+ years, right? And we're in different times now. So something that has been really sticking out lately is those drive-by comments. You know, you get the notifications that you've been tagged in Flex Friday posts, or your team shares their links on a post that you have in your team page, whatever it be, right? You go there, you drop your picture, and it's deuces, I'm out, on to the next. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It can still be that quick, okay? But you can put more thought in it. So I don't know if you guys know about text replacements or text shortcuts, okay? But I'm pretty sure every phone, like Samsung and Apple phones, I'm not quite sure about LGs. I encourage you to go to Google, YouTube, figure out if LGs have a way to do that. But if you have a Samsung, you go to Settings, General Management, okay, Samsung keyboard settings, more typing options, text shortcuts, and then there's a plus at the top of the screen. And guys, listen, you can go to YouTube and figure it out if you're a visual learner like I am. So as soon as that pops up, you are going to have a place where you could put in your shortcut phrase. Okay. So I recommend starting all of your phrases with the same letter. So all of mine start with Z. So it's Z flex. And then in the next part, I write down the comment that I want to say. So like, for example, my comment today that I am putting on people's posts with my Flex Friday is, today I'm flexing for my mama's sanity. Homeschooling has its ups and downs, but with this energy, focus, and clarity, I'm able to best help my children learn and succeed. And then I type one add. So then when I go to show my teammates pages, you know, their Flex Friday post love, I'm not just dropping a picture. Okay. I'm putting a little piece of my story, a little piece of why I thrive. And guys, that serves as third-party validation. You know, it takes 5 minutes max, okay, to make that text shortcut. And then once you have that done, it takes like not even 5 seconds to show support on somebody's Flex Friday page. You know, again, when you're helping them with a third-party validation. It all goes hand in hand with teamwork, making the dream work, and sharing the wealth. Somebody else had some comments about Flex Friday.
Well, good morning. I love that, Starr. I'm like, okay, hold on, slow down. My capsules are still, I'm just in minute 2. So, but that is so good. I think it's so important that we do comment and engage, and not, like you said, we've been doing it for 7 years now. So it gets to the point where we're just doing it out of routine instead of actually doing it and doing it with intention. And I think that goes back to, you know, our gratitude. You know, that's how we start our morning Zooms every, you know, it's that gratitude, and we go through. Quit doing that. You're fine. It's just that you're farther along than we are. But the thing is that one thing is, when we make it part of our routine, you've probably done your gratitude and probably said your gratitude 3 or 4 times already since you've been up for a long time. So I really want to encourage us, you know, we don't give you guys the, we'll go back on those, Erin, I see she's asking for those settings, so Starr can give us some more details on that. But we go through our morning gratitude or our morning routines, whatever it is. We just pick something motivational to watch, or we just say we're going to move our body for a few minutes. Be intentional with the things that you do, because they do matter. And, you know, one of the things that Starr said in our chat this morning is, we are evolving. It's ever changing. When we started flexing 7+ years ago, it was a thing. They were like, what are y'all doing? What is that sticker? You know, why are all these grown people, you know, flexing their sticker? it's not, we don't pique that curiosity like that anymore. Most times they're probably eye rolling if they're not thriving with us yet, if they're still following us, or, maybe they're brand new. So, make sure that you are doing everything with intention and understand the things about going through the motion. Sometimes that's good for just, hey, I'm just staying consistent, but be intentional with it. Lisa, do you want to add anything on that gratitude part?
No. Yeah,
Do you want to say I'm grateful for the morning tribe?
I yeah, in the comments, let us know what you're grateful for today. But I mean, yeah, if you guys are new, this is like the point in every morning where we kind of just like, if you have a gratitude journal, if you have, and you don't need a journal, you can just grab a sticky note, whatever works for you. But this is the point where you want to write down 5 things that you're grateful for from the day before. And, not just, it's really easy to put down the easy things, like I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful for food. I mean, every day, if you're just putting down those same things, you're losing sight of what this really is. It's really digging deep and thinking about things that maybe you don't normally think about that you're grateful for. And sometimes that's hard to do. Like it really is, if you have to sit there and think of different things. Um, but I can think of things yesterday that happened that didn't happen the day before, that I'm grateful for. So dig deeper than just,
Right.
surface level, because I think that a lot of people lose sight of what gratitude can really do, starting your day off like that, and making sure you're digging, not just those, if you're going through a gratitude journal and every day it looks the same, then you're kind of missing the purpose of the exercise.
Yeah, that's so true. And guys, I think a lot of us think that, I mean, you're going to hear from Starr and Tiffany and us this morning, and you may look at a lot of the people that, maybe, the rank advancements and all of that, everything happening. But I want you to know that these practices, the things that we guide you on, they're very important. And you don't, success or financial freedom or, moving your body and being extremely healthy and all that there's still going to be challenges and obstacles in your life. And I was looking at something because I want to share this with y'all, because a lot of times people think that we just have it all together. And clearly, if you're in the morning tribe, we just kind of go and we roll. But I have this little, you'll see this little green permanent marker. And there are little things, and I know this is going to sound so corny, but yesterday I woke up and a situation, circumstance, there's things that happen in life all the time organically. Things are going to come up, and I just happened to, I mean, it literally, the craziness of life started at 5 a.m. yesterday. And it's so easy to get, I always say, start your morning with gratitude, start your morning with, something motivational, because your days were going to organically going to go down. And yesterday that kind of happened. Well, I just happened to have a permanent marker by my nightstand. And this was something, I just put this on my arm so that throughout the day, something that was bothering me, something that, someone I know was going through, or, somebody called me, asked me to pray. I had to really stay focused on what I needed to do yesterday, because of the way the day started. It could have just spiraled craziness, right? We're at month end. Things are like crazy right now. I don't have time to be distracted. But yet there's life going on inside of business, inside of everything. And so there's little techniques that I do. And there's things like that some people may not ever know, because I do those things just to keep me grounded and focused. And gratitude is one of those. This was just a way, maybe I was able to, in a moment yesterday during some things, just refocus and remember I'm thinking of the situation. I'm praying through the situation. Stay focused. Don't let, so find those things in your life that are really lifelines, even though gratitude may seem like, oh my gosh, we just do that every single morning as just part of our checkoff list. There's going to be those days where that gratitude reminds you that, you know what, there's always someone going through something. And by the way, prayers for our Southern people, anybody that, that's impacted by the weather, the tornadoes, the devastation, and you will look around and you'll say, there is always a reason, always something to be grateful for. And so, just getting in that practice is such a game changer. It's not just a corny technique. It is something that in the middle of your day, when life is spiraling out of control, when the kids are going crazy, I'm thankful that my kids are healthy. I'm thankful that my kids are well. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. I mean, I was watching last night the tornadoes and I'm just like, I'm thankful for a roof over my head today. And so, it is very important, and it's just something that we have to be super intentional with. So month end, I'm so excited. Gosh, y'all, it has been, it feels 7.5 years in. It still feels like craziness. I am sure one of the ways that I kind of really watch and see what LaBelle's going to do is I use my time hop, and I am one that loves to go back in and check the emails from this date last year, the year before. LaBelle's kind of creature of habit, so they are very sometimes predictable. They'll drop some new things on us too, but we're going into the month end. Starr, I know there was a couple more questions on the keyboard. If you want to go back and interject that, because I think that's super powerful. And guys, don't forget to go back to your Flex Fridays. I just did it when we were getting ready to get on this. I went to my memories and I went into the Friday posts from 7 years ago. And there's those people that 2 of them unfriended me. There's those people that still have never joined us. There's the people that gave up. So make sure you're going back and doing that technique too. So Starr, give us some more detail on the
yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry I skipped gratitude, y'all, but Chas was right.
No apologies. We're just rolling through this.
Yep. I was like, everybody sounds half dead, so I'm alive. Let's
I
just
was
go.
like, damn, that girl took her capsules like 5 years ago.
So I actually put it in the comments. I'll go ahead and do it again if you guys want to copy and paste, because I left out the most important part. After you have it set up and saved, when you are on the post to comment, okay, so like let's say my phrase is Z Flex. I'm going to type in Z Flex, and we all know how our phones give us like the predictive text, you know what I mean? It'll come up as the middle one, and you just tap it and boom, there's your message. It's so simple. Now, like I said, the instructions that I posted in the chat is for Samsung. It's Samsung only. But I'm sure it's very similar. And like I said, Google and YouTube are like super duper helpful. If you are in Stephanie Grashik's team page, I know that Brittany, one of the Britneys, has a post and it shows you how to get it on iPhones. So it's, guys, it's super helpful. And I do it with everything. I do it, oh, the LG, I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. I tried to do LG on one of my my friend's phone for her, and I couldn't find it anywhere. But hers was an older LG, so it could be different. But I do it like I have Z directions, and that is day one directions for a mini or for a new thriver. And then I use that for, day two, and I switch it up a little bit. I do it for my birthdays. Now I send belated birthday messages because I want to stick out. So I send the birthday messages the next day. I have the same one. It's all about working smarter and not harder. So if you find yourself, okay, like Payday Tuesday, when you show people love on payday, you share what payday has done for you and your family. You can save that and use it for that as well. And what I do every single week, I don't want to keep the same comments, of course, so I go in there and I edit it. Okay. But yeah, I use it for absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments at the same time.
I want to say something while you're looking at that.
Yeah.
There is a thing that I do also with the comments is I make sure that I go in there, and guys, we want to make sure that our engagement includes what I call blue people and non-thrivers. Your blue people are people that have the add friend button. That's what I call blue people. That means they're not friends with you. They're not, maybe not connected to you. Maybe they're, for me, it's a lot of them are connected. They're just, I'm either maxed out on friends, but we are not, remember, we are not in a popularity contest. This is not a sorority. We're growing our business. And to be honest, a lot of people aren't even on here to be social anymore. Like they're like, I'm over Facebook, so you have to be, like Starr said, you have to stand out. You have to stand out in social media, because if not, you will blend in. You will blend in. There is way too many people on social media, and you will just absolutely blend in. So you have to make sure that you are tapping into every, yesterday we did the working Zoom, and Kaye talked about how you have to make sure that you're touching all pain points. You have to talk to people all week long, and do an audit. Do an audit on your post and your content. Guys, you're running a business. And I'm going to tell you, if you had, a standard brick and mortar, and you had your accounting department or your marketing team, they would audit. They would do fair market audits, but they would do evaluations. They would look at, is the content reaching? Is what we're doing revenue producing? They're going to do those things. So when you look at everything you've done this week, Megan had an incredible Zoom. Like everybody that brought content this week, it was fire. So tell us in the comments below, and we can use this to kind of pick a winner, and shout out to Brittany Hyder. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you encourage me. I know you've had some life in the last just 24 hours, and you show up still. And so that's what being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, having dreams. I know your goals and dreams, and that's what it's about, is still showing up when you don't feel like it, And so today is a chance, and I like to do that on Tuesday just because Transformation Tuesday. And again, those are very, very intentional for me. I don't just say, oh, Motivation Monday, make a post, Transformation Tuesday, make a post. No, I'm intentional, but I use those to kind of follow a pattern, so that when I'm busy or when something's happening, I don't have to guess of, okay, what is today and what do I need to post today? So anyway, go back and do that audit. Tell us in the comments, what is something that you've gotten from this morning, the morning Zooms? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to know. Guys, let us know that waking up at 4 or 5, some of us, in the morning, is really reaching and impacting. What's something that you've implemented this week, and what's something that you need to hear more of. We want to get up and provide value. We want to get up and really encourage you guys to do the things. So just make sure you're going back through and looking at this week, how many people commented and engaged on my posts. And if it's all thrivers, you got to do the change up. You've got to go back through. And I've talked about this, and it's very, very effective. I don't go like all my comments and everybody's posts that they comment on something that day. I will wait, and throughout the week, I will go back. So say I made a motivation post and someone says, oh my gosh, that's so good. I might go back on Wednesday and hit, I know I needed it too, or something, so that content will keep popping up in people's newsfeed and their not timeline. So don't go in there and be excited. You're not going through a lineup, high five, high five, high five. You have a popularity group. You're doing this for intention. So make sure that the people that are engaging with you are non-thrivers too. That's the reach that you want to have. And if you don't have non-thrivers, you've got to make new ones. You've got to continue to grow that, guys. It is time right now, month end. You should have a list of people just in case a promo drops, you know, it's month end. Who are the people that are your people that are always waiting for a deal? Month in, you know, they're looking for some extra credits, whatever it is, make sure that you know your list. Who are those people you can go to right away? If a weekend promo drops right now, they're the people that order every time there's a BOGO or there's a free shipping, something like that. You need to have that list ready and handy. So who wants to interject? Y'all don't all speak at one time. Starr.
Sorry, my
Right.
Delaney likes to carry the kitten, and we're trying to teach her how to do it gently, and she was not.
Oh,
So
my gosh. I remember when Maggie was little, and my grand giggle would grab Maggie, and Maggie would be like, her eyeballs would just like pop.
yeah,
There comes the
that's
grand giggle.
that's the current situation here. So we're trying to, yeah. But I just wanted to touch base on Flex Friday really quick, you guys. It is an amazing, amazing opportunity to show the community that we have standing behind us, right? Like, look at all these drivers. Look at what, you know, these products are doing for everybody. One thing that I do want to mention is don't tag other thrivers in your post. Okay. I know that, you know, I started doing it when I first started. But what that's doing for your algorithm is not beneficial, okay? Because, you know, we could have a whole other topic on the algorithm, but if you're tagging other thrivers, you're just seeing other thrivers stuff, okay? So, like Starr had mentioned, you can take your link to your post and just share it in like your team page or your team chat via Messenger or something and ask for support. But if you're tagging other thrivers, you're essentially spinning your wheels in the mud. You're not going to be seeing new people. You're not going to be seeing other potentials and whatnot. I forget what else I was going to say.
Can I piggyback off of that really quick? If you're a brand new promoter and your upline says tag me in your first few, that's okay. That's normal. That's helping you get started. But if you're 2 years in, don't be tagging 75 other promoters, sidelines, downlines, uplines. That's messing up all 75 people's algorithm. Now, I will say what I do is I tag my customers in mine. Why? Because it goes on their page. Why? Because they're not promoters, they're customers. So that's helping me grow my network. That's getting me on their pages. And that's getting me more outreach, scenage. What's the word I'm looking for?
Scenage is a thing at this time in the morning. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with it.
I love that.
I don't think it's a real
And one of the
word.
things that Tiffany said that made me think is make sure, just like you're doing an audit, guys, make sure you're doing a cleanup. I go back every week. You know, right now it is crazy. Like, one thing I do not mind is when people tag me in all of their shout outs and their acknowledgement. Hey, they don't know if that's my team, your team, whose team ever. I mean, they just see people winning and they want to be connected because they know you. And so if people are winning and hitting bonuses and stuff like that, hey, let them tag. And yes, it's going to jack up your algorithm. And yes, Flex Friday jacks my algorithm up every week for, okay, I just calculated 365. Is that how many days are in a year? Anyway, times 7, that's like almost 2,555 days later. And here's the thing, I go back every week because people will say, I don't see any more of your stuff. I go back and clean up my newsfeed. I go back and hide things from my timeline once they sit for a hot minute, and I kind of push those out. I go back through so that when new people come to my timeline, they see my things. They see what I'm doing. And so make sure you go through and you clean those things up too. So Tiffany, did you remember what you were going to say? No, go ahead.
So another thing that I wanted to say, Facebook also has a feature that you can have like turn on post approvals to where you approve or hide a post that somebody tags you in. I have that turned on. And then, so I approve the shout outs, and like Chas, I go through and hide them from my timeline a few days later. Okay. But other things, like people who do still tag me on Flex Friday, I show them love, and then I hide it. And then I go to their posts and I turn off notifications. Because if not, my notifications are flooded and I just can't keep up. It's a mess. As another unpopular opinion is changing up your Flex Friday. Instead of calling it like a Flex Friday, maybe call it like a freebie Friday or something along those lines, you know, generate new people. I've been trying to do a freebie Friday post for the past, I think, like 2 months, and every single one, except for one, when I did one on rest. I don't know why people don't need sleep. But it has been successful. I've gotten minis into several people's hands. And what I do is, if somebody doesn't win, I reach out to them. I have it saved in text replacements, like, hey, darling, thank you so much for, you know, commenting on my post and entering my giveaway. You didn't win this time, but because of your participation, I'm going to offer you a special discount. Instead of 3 days for $30, I'm going to give it to you for 15. That covers packaging and shipping. How does that sound? And I'm getting them out left and right.
That's so good. And hey, the other thing, Starr, with that, where the real powerful interaction on Freebie Friday is definitely in spaces like Instagram, where those are hashtags are just fire in certain platforms. So know your platforms too. So Freebie Friday is power. I don't know if it was, I think it was Katie Months that posted, one of her girls promoted, and it was from, you know, somebody on Instagram. So use those hashtags, and as you use them, especially in the platform like Instagram, go through and see who else is using that. That is a great time for me. For Facebook, I go back and see who else is. I will tell you, I'll be honest, this week I shared a transformation. Y'all may not even know it, but I shared a transformation from a person that's not even thriving anymore. And she messaged me. She's like, you know, I'm not thriving anymore. I'm like, I'm still cheering you on. I still think you're doing awesome. Like, and guess what? I have people that are in her network. She's still connected to me. She's still in my network. You know, she hasn't messaging me. I you know what? I've been thinking about Thrive. I've been wanting to come back. She's not thriving anymore. And so, you know, I don't have to be, I'm not in competition with anyone. I know what I have my hands on. I know that right now we are in a market that mainstream media is marketing for us. So, you know, I am rallying and cheering everybody on it. I'm telling you, if they're not hearing about health and wealth from somewhere, then they're living under a rock. And right now in Texas and all over, vitamins in an IV form is like the big hot thing. We've got like mobile vitamin IV banks driving around, and I'm like, dude, I ain't trying to, I'm trying to stick it on my skin, not prick it in my skin. So, you know, I'm like that baby. Don't be putting that on me, in me needle. I don't want my blood drawn, but, so things are happening, moving and grooving, month end. This is a time where you can use your credits to do that Freebie Friday. And Starr, I was going to say something to you on, because I don't know why people would not want rest. Oh my gosh, rest is one of my favorite products. One thing you can definitely add is tweak them. If you notice that a post does not get engagement, don't just kick it out, tweak it just a little bit. I'll tell you, with rest, if I do a dollar store mask, or say you're doing, you know, those little jelly masks or something extra with it, something that's just a cheap little add-on, people will enter for that Freebie Friday. You know, it's so crazy how when you just change it up just a little bit. Now we're going into Easter. You know, a lot of people are thinking about bunnies, you know, doing the little eggs and doing the little chicks and things like that. There's so much you can do and have fun with it. People like to do games. So have fun on Friday, have fun. And yes, flexing is something we've done. You know, we love to do it, but be creative, get creative. I'm actually running a $50 credit challenge for 5 people on the Going Way Beyond page. So check that out if you're interested in that. So anyway, just think outside the box and don't just automatically kick it out. The other thing, Starr, that people may think about is if you're not seeing like a specific product, change the time that you're doing the freebie. We think about Freebie Friday in the morning. So maybe if you are utilizing the product rest, you do Freebie Friday and you do it at night where their mindset is going to bed, or late at night where they're not sleeping and they have insomnia. And so what do a lot of people do? Shop online? Or is that just me? Am I the only one that shops online? I told my assistant, I said, add to your task list every day before you leave, change Chas's Amazon password so that she cannot log in after 5. Okay. So anyway.
I'm the same way. Like after 6 o'clock, I'm like, what can I buy for my dogs off Amazon? This, and this.
It's a
I
real
sit up all
struggle.
night on Amazon. I hate Amazon. It's like
Yo, listen to this. Wait, listen
take
to
an
this.
Amazon break.
So I had my windows open yesterday and I heard my 4-year-old talking to somebody. I'm like, honey, because I knew like we have car parts coming in and stuff. And I said, honey, we don't talk to strangers. She goes, it's not stranger, it's Amazon. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, that is such a post. That is such a post. You you order too much on Amazon when your little girl thinks that the Amazon Prime man is family. That is, I mean, that's
It's up. So go blow it up. But I kind of wanted to go off the path for just a minute because you had said something, Chast. Do you guys know how to find your hot spots when posting? Because I have a really quick trick that you can see. Because I mean, 3 years ago, finding your hotspot meant taking a week and posting various times to see, when you got the most interaction. Y'all, that's a thing of the past now. Okay. How to find your hotspot when posting is how many people are online. Okay.
And just FYI, don't post how do you find your hotspot? That kind of post could get really crazy.
Oh, jeez. No, but you'll have the pure romance consultants interaction.
There you go.
But you guys, you just hit that live button. Take a day, commit to take the day. You don't have to go live. Okay. If you just hit that live button, it shows you how many people are online right now. Okay. Take a day and play with that. Every hour. Check it. Yeah. Check it. Because that's how I find, I have the most amount of people online from like 9 to 11. So while I'm shopping on Amazon, and on a Zoom, I'm able to go in and do an interactive post. And that was another thing, you guys, really quick. The simplest posts are interactive. Listen to this. I posted, my husband is insane, first of all. We have a long-standing argument in the house. Where does the leftover pizza go? He thinks it goes in the oven. Like, what? I think it goes in the fridge. So I turned that into an interactive post. Do you know how many people commented on that? It is the simplest thing, but so many people had an opinion, and I cannot believe how many people keep their pizza in the oven. Like, for real?
Another one is, I love it when there's differences like in regions. So for example, this is one I always tease Lisa about is, I'll say a buggy. Like when you go to the grocery store, you put your groceries in the buggy. And Lisa's
here we
like,
go again.
She's
It
here.
is
She's like,
not
it's
a
not a
buggy.
buggy, it's a cart.
A cart.
And I found a meme. Someone posted that, and this chick had like 500 comments. It's a buggy. It's a cart. Here's why. And it was so crazy because someone is, like really took the time to make a meme about this. And those are things people want like we watch brainless TV. They want brainless social media. They don't even think about it. They're like, well, duh, it's a cart, it's a buggy. So Tiffany, that is so good. I mean, those are super, super important.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one on planet Earth that calls a shopping cart a buggy. Cass, I do.
If you call it a buggy, will you please validate me right now? Because
for God's sakes, do not egg her on, people.
Yes,
I call it a buggy.
Thank you,
I
Tiff.
call it a I'm
When I
sorry.
lived in
Buggy
West
is-
Virginia, it was a buggy, but everywhere else in the world is a cart.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout
Okay,
out to
so
the
Jess has
buggy.
never
goes in a
lived in
bug.
West Virginia, to my knowledge.
My buggy. My buggy.
What'd you say, Lisa?
I said you said West Virginia, right?
Yeah, you know, like not the west of Virginia, like West Virginia.
Okay, well, Chas has never lived there. Okay, so I don't
Yeah,
know
in Texas,
why.
I called it a cart. Sorry, Chas.
Yeah, anybody in Texas that calls it a buggy, y'all, I don't know.
You know
Chas,
what? You know what?
you know what, Chas?
God
When you
created
say the
me
word
to
buggy,
stand
I
out, not
picture
blend
you.
in, just so you know.
When you say the word buggy, I picture you in your freaking old lady slippers. Seriously. I'm gonna go get me a buggy and go
Guess what?
shopping and get me day old bread.
I am not ashamed of my old lady slippers. Y'all, these are the slippers Lisa calls old lady. Look, are those not the cutest? So cutest.
They're cute,
South
but they're old lady
Africa.
slippers.
Sorry, in South Africa, we call a trolley, we call it a trolley, not a cart.
You call
Oh,
it a trolley?
no, Lisa, she calls it a trolley.
A
A
trolley.
trolley. Gotcha.
Yes. I
Yeah.
just want you to, can you just talk to me this morning? I just love that accent. So see, look at that. Like we totally lost our way on buggy and cart. We just totally lost our way.
And another big one was, do you put the laundry detergent in the drum first or on top? Like it can be that simple, you guys, but with interaction, make sure that you're doing it not only on your personal page, go into your stories, you guys.
Yes.
Story polls. I do story poll series is what I call them, where it's just a series of like 5 slides with options. Okay, so I'll do like a restaurant edition and do like, I don't know, Five Guys or Subway, and people just click what side they want. That builds so much interaction. It's doubled my story views.
Yeah,
So
like
make
I
sure
did
y'all-
one on like date night, like stay in, go out, comfy clothes, nice clothes, things like that. It's so simple. Like I did a post about who else has a bag filled with socks that don't have matches, and it blew up. Like so simple, like Tiff was saying.
Okay, someone just posted they get no interaction on their stories. Okay, that is okay. Maybe you need to do more engagement stories. So like Tiffany said, the polls, those are super, super important. Here's the thing. The beautiful part of stories is a lot of times 9 out of 10 times I don't get engagement, so I do those polls. Yesterday I was like, do you do your own hair? I do those types of engagement posts. But listen to this, if you're not getting engagement and interaction on your stories, don't worry, use that to see who is seeing your stuff. Because if say Starr is a prospect and I've been watching Starr and I'm ready, I want her to join my team. I just don't know quite how to ask her or interact with her, or I'm just, she's still on my chicken list, but I see that she's watching, she sees my stories, then I'm going to go to her Facebook and I'm going to see what's happening in her life, see what's going on, with her. So, it's so crazy that, we can use that, even though it's like, hey, I know you're watching, and that's a great tool. And Tiffany, I love that what you said on y'all, that's amazing for this morning. The time of day, that is again one of those audit things. You'll notice that people like lunchtime, depending on your time zone, depending on where you are, who is on and connected on Facebook and at what time. Is it work? Yes, it's work. But maybe you set, for the, the next month in April, when you're setting your goals. I don't know my goals. Set that you're going to, week 1 of April, you're going to go in the mornings at 9 o'clock, and you're going to just write down, on Monday, there was this many people on at 9 a.m. On Tuesday, this was this many people on it at 9 a.m. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you can kind of just see on this week, my highest people on connected to Facebook were on Tuesdays. On Stacy Riddicher gave us this tip. She said, you know, Thursday night people are waiting for that paycheck to drop. So a lot more people order and shop on Thursday because they're going to get paid on Friday. And I'm going to tell you, even the broke people, like for me, when I was broke, I was still shopping. You know, I was still buying stuff because I knew, okay, I can buy that before, you know, that check hits and bounces, boing, boing, boing. So, you know, it's just that gives you an opportunity to know when you have the most people on. So that was good. So good.
You know, the next like few days that's left in the month, like last night I was going through my tags and there are so many tags. I mean, crazy. I'm tagged in so many congratulations, welcome, promotions. Um, just remember, guys, like I mean that's kind of the theme of today's Zoom, but especially when you hit April 1st, you've got to make sure you're cleaning your timeline up, but you've got to flip your algorithm. You know, you've got to make sure that you are doing overdrive interaction with non-thrivers starting April 1st, because you've got so many things, even if we don't want to, even if we don't mean to. I know over the next few days, most of my interaction is going to be with thrivers, and that is killing my algorithm. And I notice the hugest difference in my stories because that's what I do. If you guys are not utilizing, like Chas said, for your stories, if you're not clicking on who is seeing your stories, you're kind of missing the whole point. Like you've got to be making sure that before that story goes away, you're clicking on it, see who likes that story or just watched it, who watched the story. And that is so telling of what your network looks like right now, because it was crazy. Up until about 5 days ago, my stories were great. I at least had 50% of the interaction on my stories were, you know, or people watching them were non-thrivers. Now, oh my gosh, the last couple days, I think I have 2 people. Like it's crazy how many people are not thrivers seeing my stories. There's not that many. And it's because my algorithm right now is flipped upside down because every single person tagging me in things, commenting on my stuff. I mean, it's all thrivers right now because everybody's so excited because of all these promotions and end of month. So just make sure that you're spending a lot of time April 1st and 2nd cleaning things up and then going through and making sure that all your interaction is with non-thrivers and you know, you're adding new people and stuff like that. And it's so quick that you can flip your algorithm back. That's the cool thing about Facebook is it's kind of like in the here and now. Whatever you're doing right now is what Facebook, it doesn't care about yesterday. It cares about what you're doing today. So it's not going to affect you. You know, oh crap, all I've done is interact with thrivers for the last 5 days. Now my Facebook screwed up for 5 weeks. No, you can literally start flipping your algorithm immediately. So just know that that's what you need to be spending your time on when April 1st hits. Those first couple days, they need to be, and don't leave. This is the other thing. So many things hurt our algorithm that we don't understand, but leaving things in your, you know, friend requests, make sure you clear those up. If you're not going to accept someone, then deny them. Accept or deny, but don't leave them sitting there. Approve a post or deny the post, but don't leave it sitting there. I just realized how many I have like over 1,000 tagged photos that I haven't approved. And I have over like 300 right now tagged posts that I haven't approved. I was like, oh crap, I gotta go clean all this stuff up. So just remember, clean all your stuff up too.
I'm hopeless. I looked the other day, Lisa, I have 10,000 posts that like
So,
seriously.
girl, you
I,
need to be
and,
cleaning.
and I have
I thought
probably,
300 was bad. Woo.
no, I get overwhelmed. I don't even, I mean, there's so many, and I'm like, there's like, I wish it was like you could do a click for all. And if there is, y'all tell me because I was
No,
like,
there's not, I don't think. But you know what you should do, Chas? This is what I do. When I get in bed at night, you know this business is all about routine, you guys. Motivational
yes,
Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Flex Friday. Every night when I get in bed, I take 15 minutes and just erase as many as I can. Because I was you. I'm not even going to joke. I had literally like 3,000 sitting in there, and I've gotten it down. So just like say, okay, I'm going to take 15 minutes while I'm laying in bed, and I'm going to go through it and get it, do as many as I can. And then tomorrow, do as many as I can. You'll catch up.
And that's what I do. Like my phone is so full, like with screenshots and downloads. And when I'm around you guys, I like to be y'all's photographer because I know the importance of content and engagement. So I try to clean out my photos so that I can quickly. Yesterday, I got a message and someone's like, "How many calories in Pure?" So I went to my, my downloads, my folder. I try to keep those things organized. But guys, you don't let it get to that point and then you get overwhelmed and you get paralyzed. There's some things where you just stop because you're so paralyzed. I am going to thank you, Lizzie. And Lizzie, by the way, loves my my old lady shoes. So anyway,
Can I interject something real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before we
Lizzie's
get too
just
far,
being nice, by the way.
before we get too far past the story views, last night I realized my story views were really low. I took 10 minutes and flipped through stories and just hit hearts on non-thrivers. Another 5 minutes later, my story views tripled.
Yeah,
It's all about
engagement.
giving love to receive it, guys.
Mhm.
It really is. If you're not loving on non-thrivers, they're not going to come back and love on you.
Yeah,
That's just-
it do unto others. Yes, that is so true. Like, especially guys, know your platforms. If you're not on Instagram, with Instagram, it's such a different thing. People are like, I don't want to, follow or like a bunch of people. Well, here's the thing. If you're not following and liking on Instagram, that's going to kill you there. So know your platforms. Go to Instagram 101, go to those places that really, hey, I want to do I don't know if it's called a selfish or selfless. I think it's selfish. I don't know, selfish plug real quick, but something that, guys, maybe some of you don't know that we have what's called the Lifestyle Challenge group. I know a lot of people have customer groups. If that is rocking, you can steal this idea, do it in your customer group. But we are kicking off our second. If y'all don't know, we did a 5K. We did that. We started our year off. If you got a medal in our 5K, y'all drop it in the comments below. But we are doing our spring run, and like legit, we have legit medals. We have our bit.ly link to get connected and fill that out. Like, it's a legit virtual run. We're working to get to the end of the year where we do they get a bib. They got a bib and a medal for January. And we have so many people, like literally already like 200 people that are like, how do we get signed up? How do we get signed up? And here's the fun part. We looked at the stats and it brought in so many customers for people because they wanted to participate. And so, that is, Becky got her medal. It was so great for engagement and something different. So, invite your friends, y'all are opening up right now, do it virtual, but then create teams. And so, we are kicking that off. We're opening that up. That's something we do as a team. It's free. It's completely free. If you do a virtual run yes, someone just said that. So they said, are you charging? No, it's so cool. It is it's a write-off. But the second part of that is most virtual runs, guys, I do virtual runs and you get your t-shirt, your medal, and your bib, and minimally it's $50, like $50. It's minimal. And we do a Zoom to kick it off, and then we do it at night. Now here's the beautiful part about it. And most people that did that had never done a 5K before. One, they're not used to getting out of their comfort zone. Two, they just felt like, I don't run, like I barely run from the couch to the fridge, so yeah, and there's the other part, fridge or icebox. I call it icebox too. So they were like, but here was the thing. We said, we're going to do it all together. Yes, Kathy, I love it. Okay, now I'm real distracted. Angela said she
I
bawled when
think
she
you
did her.
were born in the 1800s. Buggy,
I am an old soul.
icebox. What, girl? This is the year 2000. Ain't nobody call it an icebox.
Okay, I'm not even going to go there on the bread. I'm going to stay focused, y'all. But I want to ask y'all real quick. How many of y'all, if your bread expires today, let me just ask this question because
Oh, for God's sakes, here we go
Okay.
again. Nobody keeps bread
no,
for 2
listen, this is
weeks.
legit a thing.
Nobody.
I need to know. Okay, y'all, if your bread expires today, are you going to still use your bread tomorrow? Or maybe
It wasn't
even
tomorrow. It was days.
5 days later? Listen, guys, when you guys become a millionaire, because all of you can and will, don't forget where you came from. Lisa is bougie bread. Like, she forgot where she came from. Like,
If
she
it
is
ain't blue,
bougie.
if it ain't blue, we're using
Yes.
it and we're making it into croutons
I'm
and then we're making
bougie
it into
because I like fresh
breadcrumbs.
bread.
I
Okay.
mean, that's so true. If it is not have color, and here's the thing, y'all, we are in crazy times right
It
now.
was hard. It was, I could
think
throw it up against the wall and it would have crumbled into pieces.
Well,
I
that's
think-
perfect for what's it called? Croutons and breadcrumbs.
And I even think that there was probably some science behind the discoloration of it that would probably help our immune system right now. So, I mean, I think it's all good. Like, it's really, so.
A
if
little
y'all
bit of
could be-
penicillin never hurt anybody. You good.
If y'all would see Lisa and Chas late night, like, you would piss your pants. Like, you would totally like wet yourself. So here's the thing. So I'm gonna finish on that. Here's the thing. Yes, gut health. It really pushed people outside of their comfort zone. We said we have, they had a start time in the morning, end time by the end of the day. So they didn't feel like they had to, compete with someone else. They can guys, you can finish a 5K in one day. I don't care where you are on your journey. You can finish a 5K. And I am telling you, in the last 90 days, the people that have done virtual runs, that are doing them with their family, I have been so encouraged and inspired by people that have never done a 5K. I have one girl, Robin, I'm like, are you signing up for every 5K? She's like, girl, this like kicked me into a whole nother thing. And let me tell you something, my 5Ks are very intentional. So for me, it's when I do a 5K, it is committed and dedicated to something or someone. And so when I start that 5K, I go, I'm dedicating this and I'm committing it to XYZ. Maybe it's a breakthrough. Maybe it's a goal or dream that I want to visualize. Maybe it's something I'm struggling with. And I commit to that. So when it gets to mile 1 and I get tired and I want to give up, I'm like, no, this run, walk, stride, stroll, whatever it is for so-and-so. This stride stroll is for a breakthrough here. And I'm not quitting because this is what it's committed to, or this is the person that it's committed for. So I encourage you guys to get signed up. We're doing, registration is open, but we're going to do the first 100 finishers, not registration, but 100 finishers. My goal is to have 300 people register and find people to do it with. This is a freebie tool to you. Like, this is a tool that you can use for your customers and get people. And they're going to say, 5K, if I'm running, you better run too, because that means either the popo's chasing me or somebody's chasing me. Like, I am not be running nowhere. You know what? Let's get outside of our comfort zone. That's something that we need to do in our business, in our lives. And so anyway, man, did y'all get good content this morning? That's so good. Y'all drop again in the comments below. Yes, there is a link for registration. You can either go to the Lifestyle Challenge page. It's on my page. We have the bit.ly link, I think, just posted yesterday. So we'll make sure that you get that. So tell us in the comments, what did you get from this morning? Let us know that you agree with Chas on buggies and bread. Y'all let me know that I am right and Lisa is wrong. And
I'm pretty sure that most people agree with me. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure they agree with me.
I don't think so. If we did a poll right now, nobody calls a damn shopping cart a buggy. Maybe 3 people on here. You aren't.
You
Girl,
better be
you
glad
need
I
to-
love you, because you let you pick on me.
You know
I
what?
agree that bread is
I do-
fine,
I
but
do-
it's a cart.
I pick on you a lot, y'all, but I do want to say, if you can ever get to a retreat at Chas's house, like, you need to go for that shit, because Chas spoils. don't eat the bread, but everything else is on point. Like, I mean, well, don't eat the peanut butter. Okay, not everything's on point, but most
And
everything.
the beer. Somebody wanted a beer, and so
Oh
we're
my
such.
God, her
The
beer
beer
was
had
from
ornaments
Christmas.
on it. It was from
There was
Christmas.
a Christmas tree. There was a Christmas tree on her beer cans. Dude, she had beer from Christmas like
Okay,
1920.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you
Beer
stay
does
rich.
not
And I
age
don't
like
know.
wine,
I think
bitch.
Warren Buffett said it. Warren Buffett says, "How do you stay rich? You live like you're broke." And now I know I don't live like I'm broke, but there's certain things that I want to spend money on. Like I will spend money on y'all spa day for retreat day, but I ain't buying you fresh bread. Like eat the old bread and don't complain.
Just whatever you do, just don't put your meat on any bread.
I mean,
Just
to be fair, Aunt Mary didn't feed us any bread. She fed us a lot of really good food, and the facial
she
was on
did.
point. So I'm happy.
She
Ew,
she gets it. That's why she gets a caterer. That's why Aunt Mary steps in and does the cooking, because if it was up to Chas, we would be eating some moldy ass shit. I'm just
So
saying.
I'm going to tell you, I want to have time for our Brave. I love it. The other day when Tiff did our 100 Days to Brave, and it was on point with Megan. It's just one of those, I call them Godcidences. It was so cool how it was just so aligned. But this is another time, another place that I would just love for you guys. And it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with they committed, but go back and look over the last year, the people that have attended retreats, and look at their growth, not just in their PPA, their bank account or whatever, their life. If you get to an event, you get to think, and I'm just going to say, Thrive Palooza. Guys, I literally, this is me. Y'all are going to laugh at me, and Lisa's going to laugh at me. But last night I was booking, I just finally booked my Thrive Palooza stay. Omni was like crazy. And Pat's like, "Are you serious right now?" I'm like, "Yes, we are staying at the Fairfield Inn and Suites." And he's like, he's like Lisa. He's like bread bougie. I'm like, "You better remember where you came from. Motel 6, you know, when Motel 8
Girl,
became
you and
a
I
thing.
remember when we stayed at what was it,
Motel
Motel?
8 was
No,
it
it was like Motel 3. It was not even a. We were like, what the hell? This ain't even a Motel 6 or a Motel 8. This is a Motel 3. You and I have
Yeah.
stayed in some pretty janky ass places. We are not too good.
No, we
We
are.
try to save a buck, girl. We try to save a
Yes.
buck.
So, just go back and look at that and see how it's impacted. And guys, oh, Missy's staying at the Omni. Missy, you bougie girl. You go, girl. You do it. You're traveling. You do you, boo.
The cool people will be at the Omni.
Hey, that's
I mean,
okay. I'm gonna get my morning walking over to y'all at the Omni. So y'all, it's just get to an event. But I was saying, there were hotels like for 200 something a night for, that would sleep for. You can split that up, divide it up. You can go buy. I'll bring you some old bread. You can eat sandwiches. Like, guys, it's going to be a good time. And the growth that I've seen with people getting together, it's just, it's amazing. So, it's just awesome. So I know we're going to wrap it up. And guys, I just want to say I'm thankful for y'all. I love this morning Zoom. Lisa, thank you, because we're rocking and rolling into this. We're going into Q2. And, when this came up at the beginning of the year and we as leaders said, are we going to continue this? For one, I'll just be honest. I said, no, like I'm not your morning girl. And, you stepped up to the challenge, Lisa. And then, we have had people, Brittany, I don't know that this could be as organized and planned out without you. So thank you. Starr and Tiffany and Shannon, everybody.
you know how many mornings there would have been nobody on here but white noise if it wasn't for Brittany. So
Oh my gosh. I appreciate you guys so much. And you guys light my fire. I mean, I need y'all. And just remember that strong women need strong women. So let's be the light and let's encourage one another. Let's cheer each other on. If you see people rank advancing and winning today, right now, don't look at it as like, man, I didn't hit my goal. I didn't hit my promo case. Every day is a new day. And I'm telling you, Lavelle is not done. If you didn't hit this bonus, what did you do? And take an audit of what you've done and know that got to be in it for the long haul. So anyway, I thought we were going to get there on time, but Tiffany, go ahead and make us brave this morning. Yes,
It's my
Shannon, you
turn.
are.
It's my turn on Fridays. I wanted to say really quick though, today is follow-up Friday and it goes along with what we're talking about in Brave today. When you reach out to people, past minis, free accounts, previous thrivers, whatever it be, potentials, look at their page first, see what's going on in their lives and reach out about that. If they went to the beach recently, ask them for a review. You're looking for a place to take your family on vacation this year, whatever it be, okay? Day 49, your words matter. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and dark, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And that's in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. If we go back to the book of Genesis, where the world began, we see that God started it all with words. He spoke and things came into being. Light, land, lizards, all with a word. And we are made in his image, okay? God was brave enough to make you, brave enough to make me, brave enough to make humans who would all break his heart. Proverbs 18:21 tells us that our tongues have the power of life and death, which we talk about on day 12. I see that in my life. I see that in my friendships. I see that in the memories of past things said to me. If there are seeds of courage living in all of us, waiting to bloom, words are the sun and the water that cheer on those seeds to fullness. One spring a few years ago, I pressured about 10 of my girlfriends to buy a month's membership to a boot camp. We were going to get fit before summer if it killed us. To be noted, it almost killed me. It was no regular boot camp. It was a boot camp outside at 5 a.m., about 20 minutes from our neighborhood. So each of us had to wake up in the early 4s and then go exercise before the sun was even up. As the month went on, the teacher realized a couple of things about me. 1, I did not enjoy being there. And 2, I am the class clown almost always. So in typical teacher versus class clown behavior, she started putting me at the front of the line or calling on me to lead the stretches or staring at me all too often. I hated it. As much as I love being the center of attention, I do not prefer it when I'm exercising. Like, leave me alone and let me do my 40 squats in peace, lady. On one of the last days of boot camp, we had to complete an obstacle course. As was the case every day, I was the last person to finish. The end of the course was a sprint around cones while holding a weighted ball. I began, and the teacher ran beside me, absolutely screaming in my ears. "You can do this, Annie. Don't quit now. You are so close. You wouldn't have made it this far a few days ago. Finish strong." As much as I hate to admit this, it worked. Her words in my ear gave me the push I needed to complete the course, get in my car, and never go back to boot camp again. Just kidding. I went back for the last 2 days. My point is, words matter. God wants you to use your words to encourage and speak life. Ask him for the grace to do so and look for opportunities to be brave, speaking truth and love into a broken world. She highlights in this day, if there are seeds of courage living in all of us waiting to bloom, words are the sun and the water that cheer on those seeds to their fullness. Be brave. Who can you encourage today? Who needs to know that you are cheering for them? Go out there and do it.
You know what? I was just thinking 49 days of Brave means we've had 49 morning Zooms. And I just want to thank the people that have been with us from the beginning. There's so many of you from day one. You haven't missed one Zoom, and it's you guys. I mean, if you guys wouldn't have showed up, we wouldn't have continued to do it. Seriously. Like, if nobody showed up, we weren't going to do it. And it's exciting. So, I hope this grows. I hope it grows and you guys are sharing it with your new people. And I just appreciate you guys. And just know that we want to know what your content is. I know Brittany Hyder had made a post in the Dream Team 2021 page about what do you guys want to hear about in the mornings? If you guys have an opinion, go there and make sure that you post what you want to hear, because we want to know so we can bring you the best content that we can. And to the girls that just show up on the mornings no matter what and help out, if people like me and their alarms don't go off or their phone dies, yeah, thank you, appreciate you. And we have giveaway. I was sick all of last week, so I didn't send anything out. So I'm gonna, at the end of, since it's Friday, Sunday, I usually send out the stuff from the week. So I'm gonna send out from the last couple weeks. But who's picking a winner today?
I can.
Sweetness.
All right. 84 people on.
We had 110 at one point.
I'm scrolling through. I'm just gonna scroll through the names. There. Jana. Jana. Hi, Booger. I know your address. I'll just bring it to you.
Hey, and I want to say I did a Brittany, I did a giveaway on I don't know if I gave a ticket away or a hotel room or something. I gave something away at some point.
Yes,
And
I got a message, Chas.
okay, because
They're
nobody.
giving it to someone on their team.
Okay. Okay,
I gotta look through my messages. I totally forgot.
Hey, and or if it's you, send it to me, because I like to finish. I just paid out some credits yesterday, and literally my assistant had on her thing, find out who the credits were. I think it was like Shannon and someone else that won some credits. And guys, if you win something and you do not get it, do not get pissy britches and not talk to us for the next 10 years. Tell us, remind us, because we forget. Like, a girl messaged me yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's you. So it was so good to get that off of my list. So message us.
Yeah, I'm never mad when somebody's in my inbox bugging me. You're not bugging me. Like, if I don't like when I forget things, and it happens. So if you, and I've had people stew, like they'll win something and maybe it goes to my other box, or maybe I see it and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get to that. And then I forget. And then they sit there and for 3 months, they're like, Lisa sucks. It's like, just message me until I do it. I will do it.
All right, guys, have an amazing Friday. Jana, I will message you. Yes, and if you win one of these, make sure you either message Chas, Lisa, or me, preferably me, since I have the list and I'm always checking my others folder. Love you guys. But we will get it sent out. You guys have an amazing weekend. Get your Flex Friday done. Make sure you are doing what you learned today. We will see you Monday. Bye, guys.